Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel Dante Raids. Today we're diving into the second update of the free-to-play challenge. As you saw in the intro, this day couldn't have started better. I pulled Harima with my very first sacred shard that I earned from the hard campaign. Today I will share my approach to the game, some common mistakes I've made, tips for new players and of course my progress so far in this free-to-play journey. So let's jump right in. In general, I play games to have fun. I'm not a min-maxer. I don't find much fun into that, to be honest. I'm not very competitive, but I do enjoy a good challenge. Fun for me is trying new champions and teams, having champions with great design and interesting skills, and improving the account in my own pace and style. So most of my in-game choices reflect this. I aim for a balance between efficiency and enjoyment, but tilted more on the personal enjoyment than perfect efficiency. To start with, if you're looking to progress as quickly as possible, the scenario hasn't changed in so many years. You pick Kale as your starter champion, you focus all your resources on him, get to 12-6 of brutal campaign as fast as possible, farm food, get him to level 60, buy him masteries with your first 800 gems, and then just keep farming food until you have your first team. That said, the game has changed a lot since I started playing. Today there are tons of amazing starter options thanks to promo codes and content creator links. You can get Sun Wukong, Singmund or Karato first day playing the game. For example, right now you can get for free just by logging in for 7 days in the game Alice the Wanderer from the game's latest collaboration with Alice the Wanderer, Alice in the Wonderland IP. Sure, upgrading legendary champions can be tougher, especially when it comes to booking them, but they don't need to be fully booked to shine in campaign, Clambos or even arena. Overall, better skills and stats will greatly help you progress and last longer. For example, I'm keeping my Ethel at level 40 for now, focusing instead on building up legendaries like Harima. If I hadn't yet Harima, I had planned to 6-star Wukong first, to be my farmer and general DPS. Some things I learned starting over this free-to-play challenge is that you don't claim all the energy at once. Claim what you need to use at that point. Try to keep it under the threshold so you allow it to regenerate. From my main account, I'm used to automatically click all the red dots, so I piled up thousands of energy when it was not needed. You need to complete challenges and the Arbiter missions quickly. Leaving challenges unfinished means that you will have to backtrack later, which wastes time and energy. Missions give you great resources when completed and will get you Arbiter faster. Still one of the best champions in the game. A controversial opinion of mine is to pull all shards early. I believe that early shard pulling can help you map out your team building priorities, and even if you pull trust champions, that will be fine because it's just more food for your starting champion or other key champions that need to be upgraded fast. As far as gems are concerned, my strategy is simple. I use them in the beginning just for masteries, especially for damage dealers. Masteries are really important and will catapult your progression forwards. I personally bought the masteries with gems for the first two champions, so then I can farm faster food and masteries for the rest of the team. After that, for a long time, everything goes on energy until I have my team set up. Another best practice, in my opinion, is to avoid spreading out your resources too much. Focus on your first 6-star and maybe a couple more at level 40 or 50 to support your starter, whoever that might be. Next tip is to never ignore any area of the game. Raid is a complex game and neglecting certain areas will slow down your progress too much. A campaign is the most important area of the game when you start because there is the place you will upgrade your champions at your account level. Increasing your account level will open more areas to complete to get more resources. In the arena you earn medals so you can improve your Great Hall. Improving your Great Hall will give you extra stats that are crucial to upgrade your champions. That will make you stronger in any area of the game. In the dungeons you farm better gear to strengthen your champions. The best resource for daily rewards is of course clan boss, so you have to get better at clan boss and get your chest daily. But to be good at clan boss you have to have the champions, you have to upgrade the champions, have them mastered, have them geared pretty well. Next, very important part of the game is faction wars. Even if you can clear just the first stage, always do all your keys. It doesn't cost anything and you will get glyphs that are very important and forge material for perception gear. Perception gear is one of the best gear you can get in the game. It has both accuracy and stats that are two of the most important stats in the current meta. Another very important advice is to never waste books. This is a mistake I made when I first started playing the game in 2020. I booked really trash champions. Legendary and epic books are extremely rare, so don't use them unless absolutely necessary. For example, as you have already seen, I have pulled Tyrant and Harima. I plan to book Tyrant first for his ally protection skill so I can use him in clan boss. But since I'm not ready to move up in difficulty yet, using a legendary book now would be a waste, because until then maybe my priorities change, maybe I pull another champion that will be my priority and there is no way to undo it. So it's better to wait than regret it. And of course, if you book a champion in CVC tournament or another champion training tournament, will give you other rewards that you don't wanna miss. Another thing I have to notice is that starting the game during an event like Alice's Adventure is a huge advantage. Right now we get for free the legendary champion Alice, and we can farm the event dungeon for pinpoint, which is one of the best gear sets in the game. Also, it is very early to go for the Mad Hatter fusion of course, but it is not early to go for the epic fusion. She is a very great champion, and if I'm lucky I may get even 2 copies of her, so I can use her either as food or book or in faction guardians, whatever I need at that point. Now let's take a look at my progress. First of all, let's see my champions. Starting the game I was planning to 6-star Wukong first, but after I got Harima she became my priority. She will be more useful in more areas of the game, especially in the beginning. Her and Wukong are the ones I bought masteries for. The plan was to buy masteries for Wukong and Tyrant, and if I had waited a few hours and didn't buy masteries for Wukong, Harima and Tyrant would be the first two, since Harima can fill the DPS role Sun Wukong has. But it's a minor thing in the greater plan. From the 2 voids I opened so far, I got Stitched Beast and Selenia Nightcloak. The Beast will actually be a massive help, since it's the only terminator control on my account for now. And Selenia will complement Tyrant massively later on with her HP burn skills, but for now she's not a priority. This is mostly for newer players, but let's check the basic mechanics that make the champions I pulled so great. Harima first of all, except the part that she's one of the best damage dealers. With her A1 she puts decreased attack on the enemy. That will help us survive more. With her A2 she attacks one enemy 3 times. Each hit decreases the target's defense by 5%, stacks up to 30%. Each hit also increases this champion's defense by 5%, stacks up to 100%. And if this skill kills an enemy, then her A3 is activated automatically. This skill will help Harima get stronger as the fight progresses, and also make the enemy weaker, especially on bosses. That makes the whole team do more damage. With her A3, she attacks all enemies, and she provokes the enemy for one turn. This is one of the greatest skills at this point in Arena especially, because I start with it and provoke the other team, and they only A1 on Harima. Another great part of Harima is her passive, where enemy ignore defense effects are decreased by 50%. That means if the enemy has in their skill or have savage gear, for example, then the ignore defense effect is mitigated by 50%, and that makes us survive more. Also, demons on champions cannot inflict critical hits on Harima, and Harima will never weak hit on demons on the champions. Next on the list is Tyrant. He's the one that I think will help me more to progress in Demon Lord. And the skill that will allow us to do that is his A3. With his A3 he places a 50% ally protection buff on all allies except this champion for 2 turns. Then he places a 60% increased defense buff on all allies for 2 turns. This with his passive that when he places HP burn on the Demon Lord or any enemy, we take 10% less damage. All this will allow us to survive a lot more turns and do more damage in clan boss. With his A2 he attacks all enemies. He has a 100% when booked chance to place HP burn debuff on all enemies for 3 turns. This is an amazing skill, especially for the spider dungeon and enemy waves. With his A1 he attacks one enemy, heals this champion by 25% of the damage inflicted. He also heals this champion by 50% of the damage inflicted instead if the target is under HP burn debuff. And last but not least, it's his aura, which is the best aura I have for now for the dungeons, which increases ally HP in all battles for 25%. Next we have Sun Wukong, which is one of the greatest damage dealers for Arena especially. And we start with his aura, which is 20% speed in Arena, which allow us to be faster than almost any team we encountered so far. He has a great passive when he revives this champion with 100% HP and 100% turn meter 3 turns after they were killed. So even if Sun Wukong dies, if you have another champion alive, he will come back again and again. With his A3 he attacks all enemies, but before attacking he steals all buffs from all enemies and then places a block buffs debuff on the enemy for 2 turns. This is a great skill for dungeons and for Arena and pretty much everywhere in the game. His strongest ability is his A2, where he attacks one enemy, will ignore 50% of the target's defense. Will attack all remaining enemies with any surplus damage if the target is killed. This attack will also ignore 50% of the target's defense. This attack cannot be critical. If the initial target survives, places a SIP debuff on them for 1 turn. This debuff cannot be blocked. This is a great skill because you either nullify the enemy or you kill them. Next on the list is one of the best epics in the game, Ugo. Her star ability is her A2, where she attacks all enemies and places decrease defense and block buffs debuff for 2 turns. This is one of the greatest skills in the game and will be helpful from start to the end game. She also places leads with her A1 and has a small cleanse with her A3. But she has a passive where if she's the last champion to be alive, she places increased speed and block damage on herself, and her A3 becomes a full team revive. Next on the list is Tagore, which will be mainly the reviver on the team with his A3, and increased speed buff champion with his A2. And last we have the Stitched Beast that we use for in Fire Knight mainly, and probably in Spider as we progress. Because with its A3, he attacks one enemy and decreases the target's turn meter by 100%. This is one of the best turn meter control abilities in the game and will be very helpful, especially now that we don't have any others. In potion keeps, I can farm Arcane Keep easily up to stage 13 so far. I can farm Spirit Keep up to stage 11. I have no heal reduction champion on my account, so if I don't pull a good one I will have to farm the rare Rogue Tooth from the campaign. On Magic Keep I farm stage 14. On Force Keep I'm still at stage 13. And last on the Void Keep I'm on stage 10. But that's more because I haven't tried, since I don't have a Void champion to ascend. As for the rest of the dungeons, on Minotaur I farm stage 12 in a good time with Harima and Wukong, and for now I farm masteries for Tyrant. On Spider I tried up to stage 8 for now. Tyrant and his HB burn allowed me to do that in the first 24 hours of playing, which is crazy in general. On Dragon I am up to stage 13. Ice Golem stage 11. On the Fire Knight most I could do was stage 8 yesterday. And event dungeon is at stage 10. To be honest, I haven't tried too hard climbing in the dungeons. I did most of them following the missions and challenges. I tried to farm the event dungeon more than the others. That may be a mistake or a good thing, that remains to be seen. On Faction Wars, I have 19 stars for now, but that will change in the next couple of days, since Demon Spawn and Shadowkin Crypt are still closed, and in these two factions I have my stronger champions. In Arena, in Classic Arena I'm basically in Silver 4 at the time of this recording, and in Tag Team Arena I am in Bronze 1. In Classic Arena my go-to team is of course Wukong, Tyrant, Harima and Ugo. And in Tag Team Arena I basically have a one-man defense, so we can farm some metals and buy the energy and the shard in the bazaar. On Demon Lord, the best damage I could do so far is 4.4 million on normal, but this is with only Harima having War Master, since he's my only 6-star yet. And last but not least, let's check the leaderboards. At the time of this recording, my team Queen of Hearts is winning. In champion development, I'm nowhere to be seen. In Great Hall development, I'm in second place. In current fastest champion, I'm number 4 with Sun Wukong with 198 speed. In brutal campaign, I am number 5 to 3-star it. In Demon Lord Progress, I'm number 5, which is great, didn't expect that. In Dragon, I'm number 2, didn't expect that either. Ice Golem number 3, Fire Knight nowhere. In Spider, I'm number 2. On Spider, I'm number 2. Minotaur, I'm number 3 with stage 12 and time in 1 minute and 22 seconds. Arcane Keep number 6, Void Keep number 7, Spirit Keep number 9, Magic Keep number 1, Force Keep number 2, and Event Dungeon number 3. For now, I'm very pleased with the account. I never expected to be so far up the leaderboards when I started the challenge, but with the pulls I had, I think I have no excuses to slack and fall off. So I have to try hard and stay in top 10 in all categories. This is my progress so far. If you enjoyed the video, please hit like and subscribe, and leave a comment with questions or suggestions or whatever you like. Do you agree with my tips? Do you have any different strategies? I would love to hear your thoughts. Thanks for watching, and until next time, take care.